A wedding celebration turned nightmare. Meighan Cordie, a young woman in her prime, vanishes into thin air. This is the chilling tale of Meighan Cordie, a 27-year-old licensed esthetician from Salem, Oregon. A tale that begins with laughter and joy but ends with sorrow and mystery. August 2018. The day was filled with the clinking of champagne glasses and the shared happiness of a family wedding. Meighan was there, her presence lighting up the room. Yet, as the night wore on, a familial argument turned the merry evening sour. It was an argument with her mother, Jennifer Weathers, an argument that would be their last. Meighan, in the heat of the moment, left the car they were in. She stepped out into the chilly night, leaving behind an inebriated mother and a wedding that had lost its charm. No one knew then that it would be the last time they would see Meighan alive. Jennifer drove off, leaving her daughter on the side of the road. She later claimed that she thought Meighan would return home. But as the hours turned into days, there was no sign of Meighan. Her sudden disappearance sent shockwaves through the community. The local law enforcement was alerted and search parties combed the area, but Meighan remained elusive. Her mother, Jennifer, was charged with driving under the influence and recklessly endangering another person. Yet, amidst her hazy recollection of the night, it was unclear if she intentionally misled detectives or if her intoxicated state had blurred the night's events. As the days passed, the mystery of what happened to Meighan Cordie began to take a dark turn. A joyous wedding, a heated argument, a sudden disappearance. The pieces of the puzzle were there, but the picture remained incomplete. The community held its breath, awaiting news, any news about Meighan. As the night deepened, so did the mystery of Meighan Cordie's disappearance. With the break of dawn, the search for Meighan began, unraveling a web of secrets and lies. As the sun rose over Salem, Oregon, the local police force mobilized, their mission clear yet shrouded in mystery: find Meighan Cordie. The investigation kicked off in earnest. At its center, Jennifer Weathers, Meighan's mother and the last known person to see her alive. The police soon discovered Jennifer's impaired state on the night of the wedding. The aroma of alcohol still lingered around her, a stark reminder of the night's events. Charged with driving under the influence and recklessly endangering another person, Jennifer became a person of interest in her daughter's disappearance. Yet the question remained: was Jennifer's intoxication a catalyst for a tragic accident, or was there something more sinister at play? The police were tiptoeing on a razor-thin line of doubt and suspicion, a line that could tip the scale of justice either way. In the meantime, the local community rallied, their hearts heavy with worry, eyes filled with determination. Search parties combed through the vast Oregon landscape, their hopes of finding Meighan alive dwindling with each passing hour. Back at the police headquarters, detectives dissected Jennifer's account of the night. The inconsistencies in her story, the gaps in her memory, all pointed towards a deeply unsettling possibility. Could she have intentionally misled detectives, or was she simply too intoxicated to remember the events accurately? As the investigation deepened, so did the mystery surrounding Meighan's disappearance. The police found themselves caught in a whirlwind of questions with no clear answers. Each new lead, each piece of evidence seemed to only add to the growing pile of uncertainties. The search was on, but the truth seemed to be slipping further away. The question echoed in the minds of all involved: what really happened to Meighan Cordie? Days passed with no sign of Meighan until a grim discovery turned the case on its head. The once bustling streets of Salem, Oregon, had become eerily silent, weighed down by the uncertainty of Meighan's whereabouts. The community's hopeful search for a missing daughter, friend, and licensed esthetician had turned into a heartbreaking journey of despair. In the wake of Meighan's disappearance, the world seemed to stand still. Every tick of the clock echoed the passing seconds of a life that was once full of promise and vitality. But as the days turned into nights and the nights back into days, the hope of finding Meighan alive was gradually replaced by a heavy dread. Then, in a moment as sudden as it was shocking, the search came to a bitter end. Meighan's lifeless body was found, a devastating sight that sent shockwaves through the community. The vibrant young woman who once brought smiles to the faces of those around her was no more. The reality was harsh, the truth unbearable. Further deepening the mystery surrounding her death was the autopsy report. The cause of death was not as straightforward as one might have wished for. According to the medical examiner, Meighan had died from blunt force trauma, likely from falling or jumping out of a moving vehicle. This revelation painted a chilling picture of her final moments, leaving those who knew her grappling with unimaginable grief and countless questions. The news of Meighan's death and the circumstances surrounding it sent a cold shudder down the spine of Salem. The city was left to mourn the loss of a beloved daughter, while the mystery of her death hovered like a dark cloud, casting a long, ominous shadow over the community. The truth was out in the open, but questions still lingered. The revelation of Meighan's death marked a tragic end to her story, but it was far from the end of the investigation. The mystery of what really happened to Meighan Cordie was just beginning to unfold. In the wake of Meighan's death, a community mourned, and a mother faced the consequences of her actions. The ripple effects of the tragedy were felt far beyond the confines of Salem, Oregon, as the world grappled with the loss of a young woman in such inexplicable circumstances. The town of Salem, once a quiet corner of the world, was now a grieving community. Friends, neighbors, and even strangers came together to remember Meighan. They shared stories of her infectious laughter, her love for skincare, and the passion she brought to her work as an esthetician. The light she had brought to their lives was now a memory, a bittersweet reminder of what was lost. For Meighan's family, the pain was palpable. Their daughter, sister, and friend was gone, leaving an unfillable void. Yet amidst the heartache, they found strength in each other and their shared memories of Meighan. They held on to the belief that she would want them to continue living, to carry her spirit forward. As for Jennifer Weathers, Meighan's mother, she was left to face the consequences of that fateful night. Charged with driving under the influence and recklessly endangering another person, she found herself at the center of a legal battle. The courtroom became a stage where the details of that tragic night were painstakingly scrutinized. The verdict was delivered. Jennifer was found guilty, her actions deemed reckless and irresponsible. The gavel's echo marked the end of the trial, but not the end of the story. There was a sense of justice served, yet it was a hollow victory. It didn't bring back Meighan, it didn't erase the pain, and it didn't answer all the questions. Justice was served, but the memory of Meighan Cordie lived on. Her spirit, her laughter, her passion, they remained etched in the hearts of those who knew her, a testament to a life cut tragically short. In the end, the strange case of Meighan Cordie leaves us with more questions than answers. A young life, vibrant and full of promise, tragically cut short under circumstances as puzzling as they are heart-wrenching. Meighan Cordie, a 27-year-old licensed esthetician from Salem, Oregon, disappeared into the night after a heated argument with her mother following a family wedding in August of 2018. The ensuing days saw a desperate search, hopes fading with each passing hour, until the grim discovery of her body. An autopsy revealed she had died from blunt force trauma, likely from falling or jumping out of a moving vehicle. The case took an even darker turn when her mother, Jennifer Weathers, was charged with driving under the influence and recklessly endangering another person. Yet the fog of uncertainty never truly lifted. Did Jennifer intentionally mislead detectives, or was she simply too intoxicated to recall the events accurately? We may never know. The mystery surrounding Meighan's death continues to perplex and haunt us. The last moments of her life are shrouded in a veil of confusion and despair, a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the suddenness with which it can be snuffed out. What really happened to Meighan Cordie? This question reverberates in our minds, echoing in the hollow silence left by her untimely departure. The pieces of the puzzle don't quite fit together, forming an incomplete picture that leaves us yearning for closure, for justice, for truth. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of a true crime mystery. If you found this story intriguing, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more. And don't forget to check out our other videos that are sure to send a shiver down your spine.